Alrighty, hello everyone. Welcome to episode 57 of Journey to the Farlands. And we are here in the Minecraft here. Beta 1.7.3. Oh, right. I got to make some beds. I realize I am a bit short on beds now. That real quick before I get on with things, I guess. I'm crafting beds like this today, am I? Trying to be special, to be different. Okay, that's enough. Enough beddage. Alright, let's get on with the journeying. Enough dilly-dallying. Yeah. I'm here. It's been a little bit that I've talked in an episode, at least other than an outro. I don't remember the last one. It hasn't been crazy long, but I don't know. It's been a bit, it's been a bit slow lately just because school and all that. So yeah, there's definitely gonna be quite a bit less content for Journey to the Farlands than maybe previous. Well, probably still would be average actually. Just kind of thinking as to alright in terms of what I've been outputting. But yeah, still making these videos, still journeying nonetheless. Almost took a day off yesterday, but there is an episode. I guess those of you on YouTube, it's out now. If you're watching this over on YouTube now. I uploaded them on the same day, even though technically one was streamed last night. The night of the 12th. So I'm kind of plan on having this episode be a bit of a makeup for some lost walking. I don't know if I'll be walking for a whole long time. We'll see. I think I might play some new craft later so that it may get cut short. So yeah, I'm not too sure as to how much I'm willing to walk, but we'll just see how far we go. Usually my rule of thumb with this. So yeah, episode 57. The notable kind of info of the episode is this is kind of the this is the 150 day kind of thing. 150 days, 3 days off, 5 months, which is just crazy. 5 months, 150 days. Yeah, that's about right. There's of course the little extra 3 days because not all months are 30 days long and some are shorter. So yeah, I've it's been something for sure. I haven't walked the almost 2.1 million blocks now. Let's see where we're at. Maybe we'll at least cross 2.1 million today. How about that? I know it's not quite masterful. Maybe tomorrow. I don't know. I'll be doing some studying and stuff. Well, we'll see. See what happens. I like to get progress done. And it probably would be no commentary. Unless I do have things to talk about. But I feel like today's good. This episode is going to be the episode that I get all my talking out of my system. So you guys know. I don't know. I think people tend to prefer commentary episodes. Just because, I'm talking, I'm keeping things entertaining. Maybe. I don't know. You let me know. But I think I've been doing that. At least. And I know people like to listen to this, I'm sure, as they play Minecraft or do stuff on their own. Just quite nice. That's just kind of what I figure people do. That's usually what I do watching stuff like this in the past. So yeah, I've been busy, of course, with school and stuff. I've had nearly, I've had, I guess it's been the average amount of time. I'm trying to think in terms of walking, but I've been at a good pace. I think the fact that I'm able to keep it up daily is enough. Like I know I'm kind of all gung-ho about getting getting all the walking possible because I want to make it there in a reasonable time frame or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like I need to step back because things aren't going to be getting any easier. I've got a bit of a limited time frame, but we shall see what happens. I guess I got one more year in me. Took an extra year for high school. Or I'm going to take another year. Oh, if only I had thought to do this sooner. Oh, I was always kind of interested in the Farlands, so I never really thought journeying to them would be a feasible thing. But I didn't really think about that. My main kind of approach to it all was, or my main kind of way of thinking about it was just that it was so far away. 12 million blocks, how could you walk that? Which hadn't even comprehended 12 million blocks fully. I think I had upscaled it quite a bit more than it actually is, actually. And then when I actually saw it being done, I was like, okay. It still takes a long time, but you can get it done if you put your back into it enough. I've also been on a damage taking spree. I realize I've just been. What is going on with this? Weird. But yeah, I've been on a damage taking spree in this world. I realize like the last few episodes since the Outpost 1. I don't know if I've been taking more damage than I have before, but I definitely feel like I might be. I was like, oh, if I just don't take damage, I'll be fine. I think there's a bit more to it. I think not taking damage is a bit more difficult. I feel like I could have a bit of fun in the future and do some kind of hardcore Journey to the Farlands challenge. But I don't know. I feel like any future journeying would have to occur in one of two cases. The first case is if I finish this early and I want something else to keep content going, other than the realms if they're still around then. And I guess two, if I have the opportune time that doesn't eat away at this, which is ideally when Journey to the Farlands ends in 500 episodes. I actually don't know if it'll be 500 episodes, but I don't know. Predictions are still kind of leaning towards it being longer than a year from now, which is not ideal, but pacing and all. It's a long way. It's a long way. Once you start walking, it kind of clicks, but I don't know. It hasn't quite deterred me yet. 5 months in, and I'm still sitting here. Still sitting here. Down the W. So yes. Let's see. What should I talk about now that I've kind of gone through the main stuff? I've been continuing to watch Doctor Who, of course. I've been getting more into that recently than I was, like a week ago. I've been kind of going through it. Actually, a week ago I was watching a fair bit as well. But I'm almost on season 4 now. I'm on the last story of season 3. So it's almost time for the second Doctor, which will be interesting to see. I've enjoyed the first Doctor, certainly. I like the kind of personality. It's kind of fun. How you imagine, a bit of a guy, a nice old guy, or not nice, but like kind of a grouchy old guy with a bit of charm after a while. and quite a sense of humor. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how things change with the new Doctor. I'm talking about this because I don't really know too much about the later Doctors. Like I know their personalities, but I don't really know the plot or anything, like where they go or anything like that. Oh goodness. Yeah. So I like to talk about that every once in a while because that's kind of what I've been interested in lately. It was definitely, I was encouraged to watch it through the kind of persuasion of watching Farlands or Bust for sure. But I don't know. I feel like on my own, I think I have always kind of wanted to watch something like that, but I didn't really have the means to. Now I do. So I've been watching that. Kind of, I guess, binging it, as people say. I'm enjoying it. Other than Doctor Who, what else have I been doing? Studying for exam, or an exam. I haven't studied for my other one yet. But yeah, studying. I'm a pretty lax or pretty chillaxed person, so I don't really get up to a whole lot. I mean, I'm sure many of you can tell from watching the videos. I don't really have a whole lot to talk about most episodes. That's why a lot of them are no commentary, like a majority. By the end, I'm sure a majority will. So I'm just making do. Making do with what I got here. So yeah, I'll definitely have to capture new crafts at some point. I don't even know when the election's happening or anything because it's already the 13th and things on new craft are quite slow. Everyone's kind of disinterested, or not disinterested, but I don't know. I feel like everyone's kind of gotten a bit tired of the new craft tune for now. So I'm hoping to get coverage of the election and maybe anything leading up to it. Around this time 2 years ago with Newcraft 1 initially, we had the debate 2 years ago. So it's the 2-year anniversary of the debate, which ended in Devon exploding the stage. That was Brody and Devon running in the election, the first one. Now we got this new one with a handful of people running. Quite cool. I've been working on the multiplex in the background, so you guys haven't really been missing a whole lot actually. I've just been continuing my dirt placement. I've been kind of chipping away at the dirt frame, and me and Brody are going to be hooking up some farms. Maybe even this weekend if Brody is online. I'm kind of at I'm at a point where I'm basically just doing Joy to the Farlands and other games right now, just to let time pass. And I've been doing the homework and piano and all that. So yeah, same old, pretty much. Same old. But 150 days of Journey to the Farlands. That's crazy. I know I'm sure half a year or a year would be a bit more monumentous, but 150 days, that's a long time. I quite remember starting off on Journey to the Farlands, making the world. Although, yeah, it does feel like 150 days ago. That was back when I had my summer job, and what was the kind of supreme thing back then? Newcraft 3, I guess? Yeah, Newcraft 3 was around when I started it. So this series has outlived Newcraft 3, Newcraft 4, and probably Newcraft 1 Part 2, and the Fellowship. Well, actually, I don't know how long the Fellowship will last, but it's likely to outlive most things. It continues at this pace. Likely to outlive the series. Which, I guess you haven't gathered already, or figured out already. The Newcraft and the Fellowship, I mean, I guess they're both on minor hiatuses for the channel. But I've been playing Newcraft off and on. But it's, they're mainly just meant to show highlights of the series, is much like how the Journey to the Farlands initially was, where I was just showing highlights of this. My initial kind of idea for Journey to the Farlands was not to stream it at all. I'd already even done stream Newcraft 3, so I had the means to stream the series from the get-go, but I thought no one would be interested in me walking to the Farlands, so I decided not to record for like the first 2 months. I guess I've already said this before. I don't know if I should repeat myself, but suffice to say, I did start filming in October, as you can see by looking at Walking to Oblivion, episode 1. That was back in October. And back then I just did highlights where I'd basically just stream whenever I felt like talking. There'd still be the no commentary bits in between. So my pacing has never actually changed. It's always remained pretty much the same. Other than, other than the times I've been stopped. Or I got at different places like the outposts and spawn. But since Outpost 1, we've been going for, well, where are we now from Outpost 1? We're like a good 70,000 blocks from Outpost 1 now. Which is alright. I think it was about a week ago, so we're definitely getting our way through the world here. What kind of way through the world? Its many intricacies. Stuff. Oh. Alright, what else? I guess I can talk about what happened to the non-commentary episodes, which is this. But I did, I guess more seriously, I did get the pig achievement. When pigs fly, or whatever it was called, when pigs fly, or something like that. It was the one where you have to take like 5 or more blocks of fall damage with a pig. And I finally got that because it was just such a journey to get even to that, let alone the journey to the Farlands itself. Yeah. So I've kind of figured things out, got my complete plans in order. I'm gonna do the last achievement at the Farland Inn, as I'm calling it, the Farland base. Nice railway, maybe even a railway into the Farlands or something. You can get a bit of a tour. I don't know, just thinking of ideas. 1,000 blocks into the Farlands, wouldn't that be something? That's a lot of iron, I realize. A lot of iron and wood. Mainly iron, but... Or is it just one? I don't remember the crafting recipe. Is it 6 iron and 1 stick for 16? That sounds about right. It's something like that. I know you guys can probably correct me or something, but I guess yeah, that's about right. But that tunnel, or that may very well happen at the actual base at the Farlands. So yes, well, yes. I've kind of ruled out starting any new series right now, just because I've been a fair bit more busy with real life and this. Though if any of you guys still do have any ideas, then let me know. I've asked that multiple times. I've just been kind of curious to see what people want. If you guys want a new Minecraft series, if you want, another video game, I guess a video game that would work well for streaming. Or maybe just episodic, I guess. Or even a one-off as well, if anyone has any good ideas. I may just consider them, or I may well consider them. Should be. I'll take that wool. Our armor's already getting degraded from our ventures. And the axe hasn't taken a tick of damage, or a tick of durability yet. I guess we are in need of wood at some point, but That may just have to happen later. So let's get a good chord update here. All right. I guess since we're starting to get a bit of a gap, coordinate-wise, we're probably gonna work on resyncing the chords. I know some of you guys are probably like, why are you bothering resyncing the chords? Why not just do it without, without using the F3 menu at all? But the point of this is just so I can reach so that I can reach the corner Farlands easier with the chords closer to each other. And it also makes the video descriptions easier because the coordinates are much closer and there's no need to differentiate them. I do put the X and the Y value into like the progress app or whatever, like the progress bar thing. So that is how I've been doing things. But yeah, well, I guess we're nearing the 2.5 million mark. That's nice. And also the next jitter point, which I don't really know what it's gonna be like because there's no jitters for me right now. I fixed them with a nice mod I found. Got someone to find for me. Otherwise, the jitters would be rampant, and they would be a bit of a bother, I'm sure. I could put up with them, but I figured it was nice to get rid of them. Makes the game a bit smoother, visually. Doesn't change the functionality of the game, it just makes the player more accurate at the location. Makes the visual location of the player more accurate, so I'm not like stuttering about or jittering about. Yeah, we're good. That's a lot of mushrooms though. Oh, that reminds me of the mushroom patch I found outside Outpost 1. That was quite crazy. Where there's like a cave, or a natural formation that covered up a certain area. There's like a pocket, and then there was like a whole bunch of mushrooms. I guess those of you who watched my departure from Outpost 1 would have seen that. But there was so many mushrooms. I was able to get all the mushrooms I needed back. All the ones that I'd spent on the stew at Outpost 1. Because surprisingly, when you stop and you actually play the game, you take a lot more damage. Or I guess if you're someone like me who takes damage often. I'm sure you can make things last forever. I know there's even challenges for beta that existed before the addition of hardcore mode. Things like a challenge is where you can't eat food. I don't remember what that's exactly called, but I know that's a challenge out there. I've seen it. But not eating food in the game, which is a primitive version of hardcore mode that people came up with. So yeah, it's quite cool. I think there are hardcore mode. I'm sure there's mods that add stuff like that to the game. Some challenge, like not eating. And then when you die, it's like hardcore. Sounds quite difficult. I've seen stuff like that in Terraria done a lot, like especially with Calamity mod. I think there's even a mode in Calamity mod that you can't like regen or whatever, or use healing potions. So you just have to just really coordinate your movements and stuff. Quite cool indeed. Oh, I'll get a lot of native fauna here. Oh, I got that creeper on me anyway. Come here. Oh, come on. Oh, all right. My sword is on the brink of destruction right now. Look at it. Its durability. You can't see it. It's only a matter of time before the sword gets worn thin. I think breaking crafting tables with the sword definitely gets the durability down, which is good. I know you guys are like, why would breaking it with a sword be good? I don't know. I'm just trying to get my usage out of my tools, so I don't just have them eternally. I mean, it's fun to have eternal tools, but they just take up space and don't really do anything. So this is the crafting table breaker in Aether. This sword here. I left the title of the episode 150 days. But I mean, I named it before the episode. Sometimes I do that if I have an idea, but I'm sure that's subject to change as I think about more ideas throughout the episode. More things happen. Kind of becomes a bit more tailored to the episode, other than just kind of a general gist of what's going on. Now, Walking to Oblivion, that episode 1 was a completely original name that I just came up with before the episode. It wasn't really meant to be like a big old grand thing for episode 1, because technically I'd already done over like many hundred thousands of blocks before that. Oh, there's the sheepies. I don't need them all. But yeah, I'm at in case any of you guys are wondering where I'm at in Doctor Who now, I'm at the serial. I guess that's what they call them, serials. I'm at the War Machines, which is the last story. Which is like about the supercomputer, Wotan, and it's in 20th century London. Yeah. I don't even know why I was confused. Just me being me. And I know I got a lot of texture packs in this world, but I've been refraining from using them just because I don't really feel the need to. Sure, a good change of paint, a good kind of new coat of paint helps. But I'm pretty happy with the base textures and I guess my little modifications from better default, like the cobblestone and the blocks. I mean, the mineral block, they're all kind of changed. But yeah, but you going? Ah, gosh, I'm tired already. It's been quite a week. It's gone by fairly quickly. And it's yeah, most certainly been a time indeed. The intricacies of life. We got some nice craters. Had some. Oh, is meteoric even a word? Meteoric impact. I don't know actually. That is a good question. Sure, someone. Relating to or denoting or derived from the atmosphere by relating to meteors. Oh, so it is a word. So I am right. I didn't even know that was a word. Meteoric. There you go. There's a word for you guys. In case you ever want to talk about a meteor and don't want to just say meteor. Well, it's more of a descriptor for the impact. Because if it was like a meteorite impact, I don't know. Meteoric impact sounds alright to me. Alright, I forgot we were getting all the terrain back here, so we're gonna do that. 15,000 blocks to go, which is probably just over 2 hours. So this stream's gonna be probably 3 hours, which still sets me in time to play Newcraft if I wanted to. I guess that depends if things kind of line up, and I feel like playing tonight. I was kind of taking a break from the work today, or from the homework today, just so I could chillax for a day, and then tomorrow and Sunday I can evenly distribute the work. I got a little bit of work to do. Yeah, it's pretty much just my math homework. That's about it. I guess not homework, but just stuff. Just stuff. Well, look at that. Oh boy. I'm still thinking. I'm also still thinking about that. All the like, things we've seen so far, such as the phony lands, which is quite funny. The formation looked like bore a striking resemblance to the actual Farlands. In case you guys missed it, there was an episode I made a while ago called "'Twas the Phony Lands After All," where I'd made the joke that I was going after the phony lands the whole time. I'd found them. I'd already found the Farlands, and now I'm just continuing onward. But that is not the case. You know, the Farlands are still quite a ways away. Let's put it like that. Gonna take a lot of walking to get there. A lot of long sessions or many short sessions. I could always figure out how far we are in terms of hours, like how many hours it'll take to get there, so I could divide that into episodes. But my guess is definitely in the hundreds of episodes, so yeah, we've got a long way to go. Because if I do it daily like this, and I'm doing like an hour to 3 hours average, hour to 2 hours, is probably a better average to say. Oh, don't want to drop the water. But yeah, an hour to 2 hour average per episode, you know, so that's about 14,000 in an episode. Well, if it's like less than an hour, it's usually about 6 to or 3 to 7K. Depending on how good it is, like if I take a lot of breaks, like in the last episode, like I took a lot of breaks last episode, a lot of mini breaks to go check on things. So I was doing all my no commentary things, like watching my Doctor Who and listening to music. And as for YouTube, I don't really got much I'm watching right now, actually. I'm kind of just wandering. I'm watching different things. No real main series. I'm kind of keeping everything honed in on Doctor Who until I can iron that out, which may take a while. So I might get into another YouTube series at some point soon. I was watching Create for a while, so I might get back into that. I thought that was quite fun. What else? I guess Hermitcraft, but Hermitcraft, I think Green must be on a hiatus or something. I haven't seen him upload in a while. So maybe I'll check out some other people. If I have time, maybe while I'm grinding on new craft and the farm is up and running with Brody or something. I don't know. I'll see. It kind of depends on what happens. I guess if I go no commentary today, I'll go run upstairs and grab my iPad so I can watch Doctor Who again. That's kind of going to be the main focus, just because there's so much Doctor Who content. Like, I know I'm already like 130 episodes into the series, which is crazy to think I've watched that much of the show already in just 3 seasons. Not 130, but it'll be 130 by the time I'm done with the first Doctor. It's about 130 something episodes by the 10th planet, which makes sense because there's about like 30 to almost 50, like 40, like late 40s in episodes. So there's a lot per season. And they're 20 episodes. At least until I guess maybe it's the 2005 reboot of the series. Or when it got rebooted in the 2000s, I think that's when the episodes started getting longer. And now they just do long episodes instead of just a bunch of short ones. They do those. I haven't watched much of modern Doctor Who, of course, because I'm kind of building up to that, of course, with the old stuff. But I guess I have watched a bit of the Ninth Doctor, which I think the Ninth Doctor is quite fun. Quite fun. It'll be cool to see the different Doctors up to that point, though, for sure. Get a bit more of a grasp for what's going on in the series prior to that. I know that's kind of a good intro point. Like for new people wanting to get into it, that's definitely a good point to get into it, because I know the old stuff is a bit, I don't know, I guess it can be a bit jarring, considering, you know, the old television or the old quality or all that, and the effects and all that not being as good as modern stuff. But I think it's pretty good. I'm a bit of an old film buff anyway. I guess I haven't really watched a whole lot of old film. but I can clearly tell I'm into that kind of stuff. The old cinematic styles, or I guess cinema and film, all that old stuff. It's also black and white. Yeah, for the first odd 6 seasons or so, until the third Doctor, where it pops into color in the 70s, or kind of with the 70s arriving, which is quite cool. Yeah, I'm watching almost 60-year-old Doctor Who content. I mean, I think season 1 now is almost 60 years old, but season 3 is like a few years after that, so it's still a little ways off being 60 years old, but it's give or take 60 years. It's just crazy that I'm just casually watching something that existed like how many times my lifetime? Like that's like I don't even know. Like there's multiple times by magnitude. Tenfold. Tenfold indeed. What the heck? I was looking at Twitter. I saw a cobblestone texture that just was a bit cursed. It's fun. Fun stuff. So yeah, probably around the hour mark, I mean, as per the usual, I usually kind of head out around 1 hour to 2 hour into the longer episodes. But maybe if I can get into a good groove of talking, like I have been, I may extend that, but I guess I won't really explain that too much more, because I feel like I over-explain things. I don't know. I'm not even too sure where the entry point for most people is. It's usually just random episodes anyway, so I feel like I could just do what I do and not have as much justification, and then it just leaves room for people to ask questions, and then I can answer it in more bulk sense. But I haven't really had much questions going on, other than just the odd new person kind of tagging along and being like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" Yep, 12 million blocks, which has now been reduced to 10 million. I remember when... Actually, I don't even think there was even a point where like something like 10,000 blocks felt like a big amount. It always felt like there was more to it, and there always has been, and probably will for however long. Because believe it or not, 12 million blocks, there's a lot going on. Within that range. Lots to be seen. And the kind of, I guess, unfortunate part to all this is that I'm not really going to remember everything. Oh, that's probably a good thing, because most of the journey is just going to be like this, the kind of filler in between the fun things I see. So, I guess, the real unfortunate part is that I don't get to settle at the bases like Outpost 1, 70,000 blocks ago. It's been left behind. And that's kind of just a thing now. That's just behind me, like spawn. I'm leaving a trail of bases and beds. Boats, bases, beds. I'm trying to think of another B word. That's not a swear. I swear. I'm trying too hard. Alrighty. How are we doing on resyncing the chords? I keep forgetting. I need to just keep F3 open and just get those chords resynced. Because now I gotta walk a few thousand blocks like this. Yay! I'm so excited. 85,000 blocks. Nice. Yeah, I guess a good way to consider it. I mean, I guess when I'm talking to you guys and I'm like, I'm 2.08 million blocks away. I feel like I'll keep doing that because it makes sense. But when I'm thinking personally about stuff, I'll probably just do like 85,000 blocks out from 2 million, I guess. But it'd just be 85,000 blocks, just so it's, you know, not so confusing. But yeah, the 1 to 2 million thing is behind me, which is quite good. It lasted 2 months. Took 2 months to walk that million. And this million's been going for ever since. When did we pass 2 million? I guess the end of December, the 29th, like I said. We surpassed 2 million on the 29th of December, so yeah. Yeah, time flies when you're in the, journeyed into the Farlands. Time flies. But yes, most assuredly so. Let's keep ourselves in gear though. Let's get to these Farlands ahead of schedule. Well, if I want to get to them ahead of schedule, I need to do like numerous 12-hour streams. Yeah, I know, guys. It's quite serious, quite serious. Although I'm gonna, if I'm honest, I'm just gonna keep the pace I have now. I don't really want to bother trying to push it too hard. But like, this should be natural. This should be fun. This should be me struggling to get to the Farlands for 2 years or something. The kind of length of time I thought it would take to get to the Farlands just varied quite wildly. At first, I thought never. And then at the start of the series, I thought, well, I mean, it's doable, but like, am I ever actually gonna get there? And then I was like, no, I've walked such a good amount of time every day, like 30,000 blocks a day. I've been keeping up. You know, that was like back in August, so I was like all gung ho. Saying that again. I was definitely quite spoiled with my Farlandsing back then. And I was like, yeah, 1 year we can do it within the next year, you know, beginning or during the summer even. My estimate was August this year, which would have been it landed a year later, or August 2024, which is only like 2 years, which makes sense. And now my progress app is kicking things into 2026, which I mean it could be, but after 2024, I mean pretty much to June, I'm pretty much done. I mean I guess past summer, but pretty much at that point, I've already moved on to uni or whatever I do, and then I'll be out of uni, and then I'll have a job, a full-time job, and so I'm sure, you know, there'll be a few years there where I can't really play this. Even if I do somehow manage to bring my computer to university, I doubt I'm gonna have time to play. If anything, I'd probably just bring a laptop or something. I don't know. I'm not too sure. Not too sure. I'll have to think things over. I haven't really thought much about things like that yet. If I do want to even do that. And even streaming at university, I don't even know if that would be in the cards. I don't even know if, you know, PC gaming is gonna be in the cards. I mean, I guess maybe my Switch or something, but I feel like I mean, I'll have spare time, so maybe I'll have time to play some Journey to the Farlands if I brought my computer with me, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm less thinking about things like far in the future like that. Well, it's not that far. It's actually a bit closer than I think, but I feel like it's probably better to think of things as they are in the present, and I guess the immediate future, as most humans do, and then the future kicks them in the pants. Kicks you in the pants. I don't know. I don't know. I just say that. I don't know. Yeah, the future just kicks you when you least expect it. But you know, at least you've had a good present and immediate future. So there you go. It's quite hard for people. I know it's actually quite hard to comprehend the future beyond just the short term. I mean, it's easy. It's easy for some, but I feel like beyond the usual stuff, it's a bit more difficult. Oh, the sun is setting. I have like this this kind of instinct within me to say the sun is setting on day, insert day number here. I mean, it would actually be like the day number there. That's not a joke. I'm not joking. Ow, I'm not joking about that. I'm just joking about the fact that I don't remember what day it is in Journey to the Farlands anymore, which I joked about it being, it making actual sense, because how would I be able to keep track without a clock? I don't have a clock. Even if I did, it doesn't tell the actual day count. Oh goodness. I feel like if I were to do a modern Journey to the Farlands, I'd make a book. Like if I did it in modern Java with like the cubic chunks mod, or a mod that adds them back, I feel like that'd be quite fun to see, you know, do like a tick every day, and it's just a whole book full of ticks. A book full of ticks. That doesn't sound very pleasant, does it? I'm talking about like the line tick, yeah, not the not the animal tick or the insect. They are quite nasty ticks. Here where I live in Canada, or in Ontario here, there's definitely, there's tick season. That's kind of a thing, going out in tall grass and stuff. You can definitely have that happen, especially with my dog Marley. She has definitely brought ticks in before. I even had a tick on my bed once. Spooked me. It was from, I think I had Marley laid down on my bed one night, like a few years back. It was definitely a few years ago. Oh, creeper on the way. But yeah, it's been a while since then, but I've definitely witnessed that before, the tick. And I had to like cut it in half. They're so like durable, what they are. But yeah, it was like squirming around, and I was like, oh gosh. And I just disposed of it. I was like, nope, I'm not having this. It was on my blanket on my bed, and I was like, I'm just not gonna have it. I had to get rid of that tick. That was not my day. Well, I guess it was after I had taken care of that tick, but yeah. Oh, look at me talking about my tick problems from 3 years ago, and the kind of the weather forecast and the Doctor Who and all that. But I gotta fill in the gap somehow. Can't expect me to talk about the Farlands all day. I'm sorry, but there's only so much. I've gone on 57 episodes, and I've tried to keep it steered away from the Farlands while still kind of keeping this series journey to the Farlands. But the inevitabilities of me having to switch to different things, of course, that happens. Has to happen. I do, of course, reiterate myself every bunch of episodes, because I like to make sure people who are fresh to the channel know what they're getting into. But I'm sure if people were to actually binge the series, which I don't think many people have done yet, if anyone was to binge the series, there's a lot of repetition, which I'm maybe a bit sorry about. I'm not too sure how repetitious the series has been. I mean, I guess I believe the earlier episodes are quite different to how they are now. I've definitely changed, not to be cliche, but I definitely think things have changed a little bit. I mean, overall, I've definitely changed. I mean, since the start of Journey to the Farlands, I've changed a little bit. But I've definitely over the past 5 years, half a decade, I've changed, leagues. And that makes sense, because I went through high school, the entirety of high school that time, so. And also late elementary school, which I was very different back then. Very different. Times were very different. Even the world was different. Which I know, like 5 years ago, yeah, crazy to think the world was different. I mean, it was a little bit. I mean, it's not like, comparing now to like 50 years ago, but I don't really have much of a good grasp on that. Like, I know the general gist of things 50 years ago, but I wasn't around back then, so I can't, I can't just infer and be like, yeah, things definitely have changed. But I mean, I'd say probably they have, based on what I've seen, what I've heard about the 70s. I know the 70s aren't 50 years old. Can you believe that? Oh, I mean, I guess I can, because the 70s were long before me, even. 50 years, so. Nice old flat stretch of land here. I guess it's a good opportunity as kind of the last closing topic of the stream. I mean, I'll still continue streaming. I'm just gonna take a break to get my iPad back and have a snack or whatever. And then I shall be back with the no commentary portion of the stream, which, I'm keeping everyone happy, keeping all the parties happy. Like, no commentary can watch, after the hour mark or whatever kind of mark it is. And people who like commentary can watch just this first hour and they're fine. So technically the episode format is, I guess, I mean, I'll go back. I don't remember what I was saying before anyway. But yeah, I'll go back to, I've kind of never really, things haven't really changed episode wise. I mean, since a change of pace, I've been doing no commentary episodes, which pretty much are what I've always done, except I just never recorded it, of course. So it's just having that extra layer of things. I think the no commentary episodes are definitely easy. It's easy having them because it means I don't have to talk all the time. Someone like me, I mean, I can talk all the time, I'm sure, but there's only a limited supply of things to talk about, especially in a series that just is dependent on me trying to make things entertaining for you guys. Oh goodness. But I try. I do what I can. So yes, nice little short break, a little bit of an I guess intermission in between segments, which I usually tend to do in episodes, just because I find it easy to take a break after about an hour or two. And in the long episodes, I've actually gone on for long stretches of time. Super long, like multiple episodes in one kind of bit. But can't do that on a daily basis, unfortunately. I know, quite unfortunate, but it just means I'm gonna have to put a bit more effort in on the daily basis. Yes. We're working on getting the chords resynced. Alright, not my, but I keep going diagonal again. It's just my instincts. But I do need to get things a bit more synced up, so I can be a bit more on track. I mean, is there any particular reason why I do this? No. Why I go to the cons? I thought it'd be cooler. And I also asked Devin. Devin's kind of the person I go to about things when I have issues. I went to him and I was like, huge dilemma, Devin. Journey to the Farlands, I gotta settle this debate. Go to the corner or just go to the straight, end of things. I was like, the corner's kind of cool. And he's like, yeah, do the corner. And so I was like, all right, the corner it is. So, yeah, it's much like, it's just much trouble, but we get to see two Farlands reach each other. A corner of the world. Get to have the Farland in the corner. Get some nice bedroom views, or get some nice room views of the Farlands. And as to what the actual biome at the corner Farlands is, if it's like an ocean, or if it's like a desert or a snow biome, I mean, snow biome might even work too. I could definitely make like a like an overlook hotel kind of situation where it's all snowy and the hotel is kind of a fun vibe. Or not a fun vibe, but kind of like that isolation. Adding to the beta experience, might I add. But I think preferably I want it to be something like along these lines so I could, build it and not have it be, not have to modify the design. Because if it's like an ocean, then I have to go away from the corner, which is not ideal. I could even build something on top of the corner Farlands too, if I really want. I guess I can't actually, it goes up to world height, doesn't it? Plans foiled again. Plans foiled again. Yet again. But yeah, after this day comes to a close. Things go right back to the normal as they have been for the last few days. Nice short little chat. Well, I mean it was an hour, so not all that short. Got some of the words I needed to get out. That'd be good to talk since it's been like a handful of no commentary episodes. That's a lot of flowers. That's like the mushroom patch all over again. Plethora of flower. Oh my gosh, even more. Even more. Imagine that. I'm sure people are also wondering how I keep things interesting in Journey of the Farlands, and it's just my motivation to reach the Farlands that's keeping me going at this point. It's just the long-term motivation, the long-term patience I have, like going through all this terrain. I mean, it's kind of cool to see, but I think, if the Farlands didn't exist, I'm sure I might not be as um rolled to do the journey. Much like how in modern Minecraft I'm a bit more turned off by going to the world border, because it's not quite as cool as the Farlands. But I'm sure if you guys were to suggest something like that, I'm sure I would oblige. And I can get something like mending all my stuff in modern Minecraft. Oh my goodness, modern Minecraft would be easier. I mean, harder with hunger, but then again, cook sessions, could even get something like fire aspect on my sword. I'd probably need to make like, in modern Minecraft, you got shulker boxes, elytra. I could, I'd have to do like a pretty much entire like month-long survival world before actually, you know, reaching something like that. But anyway, I've talked enough for now. Uh, I will return with the no commentary, as I've said, and yeah, I'll be right back. Be right back. The standard program. like I got the mic working. I have to get my other audio back. Oh, hello. Looks like you've tagged along pretty close to the end of the episode here. Plan on wrapping things up shortly. I'm doing pretty good though. How are you doing? Just down a tick. Still hear it at full volume anyway on stream. I can turn it down. Oh, the old Minecraft audio. What a time. What a time. Well, it looks pretty good. The audio. Okay. Anywho, yeah, we're coming up to the tail end of the episode here. We're pretty darn close to the 2.1 million mark. Which, you know, considering it's been like 2 weeks within this kind of general 100,000 vicinity, you know, I've seen better. You know, it's been a few days in 100,000 before, but you know, I'm not about efficiency all the time. I know I have like a bit of a time constraint, but I'm gonna do what I can with the time I have here. I'm gonna just kind of enjoy things. Gonna try and make the best of it, even if time may not be on my side. But I'm going to keep living on with no regrets. Or try not to. No regrets, no tears, no anxieties. Or I guess that was what the first doctor said. I'm actually pretty close to the 10th plan, which is the last story involving the 10th or the first doctor. Have you tried escape rooms in Minecraft? No. Are those any good? Rooms. I haven't thought to try escape rooms before in Minecraft. I mean, it sounds fun. Puzzles and all that. Escaping. Yeah, sounds pretty good. Oh. Be down. Threshold. Right. Sounds interesting though, for sure. Shua. Try not to die. The mobs out here. I may just. Yeah, I'm sure. Oh, do I want to risk it? Nah, I'll just go another day. You got me for another 10 minutes. I have to extend my travels another game day here for today. So 10-minute conversation. Oh. And the stream will probably end because I've been streaming for a while. Of course. See the tricks, look at that, those kind of things with the hidden buttons and levers. Yeah, that's pretty cool actually. I haven't tried them before. I've seen other people do them before, but maybe try sometime. But I like the puzzle solving, problem solving, escaping out of conspicuous rooms. I've not seen those either. All sorts of new phenomena being brought up here. Oh, bucket. Doesn't. No bells were ringing. The top of my head. Wonderful. Well, it was just getting followed by the eye, of course. Couldn't have expected anything less, or shouldn't have expected anything less. Getting followed by an eye. Sounds lovely. About as lovely as something called Lost Halls would sound. $2.1 million means supreme. Oh, that's good. Right. Just continue on through the last day here. Try to end at night. I'm not breaking things up too odd. Kind of my shtick here. Just halfway through the day. A nice long. Well, it hasn't been terribly long, but sizably long. Carrying 3 hours. Hour. Okay. That sounds interesting. Settlements. Shingle. Oh, is that a sheep? Ah, it looks like a sheep. Let's take a good shear here. Go for the trouble. I was walled up on some extra wool. Necessary. Sorry. Indeed. Oh, what's going on here? Yeah, let's see. Yes, close, ever so close to the facts. Walk by walk. 100 by 100, 1,000 by 1,000. As it were. Oh, that's... is $1 million in one day. Brilliant. Might, looking forward to what's going to be happening in the show here. I've been watching it throughout the stream. I guess I've been watching it over the last few streams. At least the no commentary ones. Just trying to work my way through and enjoy things. Helps skip the time pass, or helps let the time go past. It's quite nice. Nice and how are we doing on materials? Should make some torches. Nicely. Oh, yeah, I'm quite tired too. Actually, I think I was more tired at the start of stream. I've been sitting here for hours. I was more tired at the beginning. I've done a reverse. I feel less tired now, but I feel like doing other stuff. There's more to do. There's only so much you can do in the journey here. I could continue, but I need my relaxation as much as the next guy, so maybe more criminals not much relaxation than the average person needs. How do I ratio that with my own? Compare and contrast. Test. A little shear here, a little shear there. Lovely stuff. Well, absolutely amazing. The sun sets on day 2000. Yeah, we'll go with that. Just make up a number, and it's probably close. Maybe. I have no way of knowing. 1.7 Minecraft does not display the day count, which becomes mighty unfortunate if you want to keep track of the time, but I'm free in that boat. I used to track, but eventually I just couldn't. The world got too big for me to be converting it and seeing what day we're on. I think it might actually be somewhere in the code too. I think the count exists somewhere, so maybe I'll see if I can find it. If I get the opportunity, then maybe I shall see. It'd be quite good to get a more accurate recollection of the days gone by. I could compare how much I've walked each in-game day, even though I've spent plenty a day at spawn and at Outpost 1, and just fooling around with my shenaniganry. It just seems to become quite a constant in the series. Even if most of the episodes are like this, with the endless walking, there's still plenty of opportunity. I've taken some of those chances. Chances to do fun things, like the pig achievement last episode, or the whole achievement hunting thing in 4A Shenaniganry actually features that episode. And a bunch of others, a plethora of other episodes feature such things. Alright, looks like pig's trying to murder me. Ah, that's lovely. Gotta love the effort. Alrighty. I gotta craft some of these good old-fashioned beds. Newfangled bed thingies. Right. And then we shall promptly end the episode, because I'm quite in need of... Which I need to make another bed, don't I? Yeah. Maybe we'll make a boat. Looks pretty good. Oh, there's still extra room, but I have a lot of inventory. Anywho, this is our point for today. I usually don't, or sometimes I don't show it. That's just my fault, in case people actually like seeing the chords at the end. So there they are. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for all the chats and the kind of helping time pass by a little bit. See you guys in the next episode.